Good afternoon, and welcome to today's edition of FYI. I'm Carla TenBroek. Today we'll be discussing autism and the use of technology for nonverbal communication with useful information for parents. Joining us today is Dr. Rachel Morgan, founder of the Adam Morgan Foundation, and her son, Adam Morgan himself.
Thanks, Stacey.
Dr. Morgan, I want to thank you for joining us today. And Adam, also thank you for agreeing to answer some questions. If I may, I'd like to go all the way back to the beginning. And when did you first notice that Adam might be developing differently?
Well, I have seizure disorder when I was pregnant with him, and so we knew from the get-go that the pregnancy might be a little rough. So actually, when he was born, there was some complications, and we went through 3 years of a lot of medical testing, genetic testing, and the autism diagnosis came when he was about 3. So we first probably noticed symptoms in his play, the social emotional behavior, from about 18 months to 2 years of age. He was doing a great job of playing with toys, side by side with other children, but when it came to that developmental stage at around 2 years when you're supposed to do turn taking and playing with other children, that skill didn't really cross over, and he didn't develop that skill. And so that's when autism was brought to our attention.
And so you'd say that that was probably the more specific trait that stood out, was
Yes.
that, okay. Well, to prepare for this interview, I visited Adam's YouTube channel, and you kindly provided me with 2 books. This one is Leaders Around Me, which is edited by Dr. Edlin Pena. And this is
Essays written by non-speaking autistics.
yes, thank you so much. And there's a segment in here written by Adam himself, so I really enjoyed reading that. And also, this is your book that you provided me with, and this is something you've written along with your daughter, Paige, writes the introduction. In Adam's biographical essay that he wrote in this book, he speaks of a turning point in your approach to communicating with him. Would you share that with us now and how that went?
Yes, when he was about 10 years old, we got him an iPad. And actually, one of his tutors started working with him and decided to try to type with him. And she had some really good success in the beginning and brought it to my attention that he could actually type with a little bit of hand support. And so we started down that path. And about that time, I actually picked up a book called IDO and Autism Land, which was written by a young gentleman named Ido Kadar, who was non-speaking from California.
Oh, I read his essay as well.
Yes, amazing young man. And I went out to a conference about the time that Adam started using the iPad, and I got to meet Ido, and that was right when his book was released. So I read his book, and all the way home, I read it that quickly. I had it finished by the time I got off the airplane.
Wow.
And I went home, and I had a little chat with Adam. I had an aha moment at that point. And it went beyond just the fact that he was typing to communicate, but what Ido taught me was that you had to have the belief that your child was capable of learning at a very high level. And that's when I approached Adam, and I looked at him and I said, "You can read, can't you?" And his face lit up like a Christmas tree.
And you didn't know before that
I did
that Adam
not.
could read?
I did not.
Oh my
I mean, we
goodness.
were working on small sight words, and he about tackled me, and he just looked at me, and it was with such a deep look, like, "Oh, Mom, you finally get it. I am in here." From that time forward, our relationship completely changed, and we really got to work.
Wow, and I can imagine, as a mother, I can imagine how that would feel to make that connection with your own child. Adam, when we first met, I asked you if you felt trapped in your body, and you told me that you did sometimes. When you were first able to use technology to communicate, how did that make you feel? How did that help that situation?
It opened up a whole new world for me. I was finally able to share my true thoughts with everyone. I had been stuck in a broken body for 10 long years, but then was free with my iPad. My speech is very unreliable and I can't trust it. Getting my voice was liberating. Update. Getting my voice was life-changing, to put it mildly. Laugh out loud.
Adam, how has this enabled you to progress in school, being able to use the iPad?
Hello.
I understand you've taken the ACTs.
Stop again.
And while you're working on your answer, Adam, we're going to take a short break. Please don't go away. We'll have more for you on FYI right after this.
Yeah, Sam, Oh, hey, Julia. You ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Dr. Rachel Morgan and Adam Morgan. Before the break, we were discussing Adam's school career and his college aspirations. Could we return to that question, which was basically how has the iPad enabled him to progress through school?
Yes, my school took a chance on me and I was the first student in my district to take it and got an 18.
Haley?
On his ACT. He got an 18 on the ACT.
Haley?
An 18 on
Rachel Neely?
ACT, and that was your first attempt, right?
Yes, and he also shares a little bit more here.
No, I am smart and these are my words. No one else's. If you don't believe in the way I communicate, I feel for you because that means you are not open-minded and missing out on getting to know the real me. I don't like
Because
when
he said
people
what
think
you-
it's my mom talking for me. I don't think any teenager would. How do you feel about the way I communicate?
I love the way you communicate, Adam. I'm happy that you're able to communicate with us. Before the break, we were discussing, and now, Adam's school career, and I'm wondering if you could discuss your role in advocating for Adam and how parents can make sure their children receive the best possible opportunities.
Well, I think as far as the educational system, our biggest barrier has always been a lack of belief, value, and attitude in the education system, whether it be the administrators, the teachers, paraprofessionals, and support staff. They have a tool belt full of modifications, strategies, different interventions, but if you don't believe in the child and their capabilities, then none of that matters. Right. So really, my big advocacy piece was making sure that I educated everyone that worked with him that first you have to go to the core and you have to believe in his capabilities first. And once you have that, then you can modify and adapt anything, and sky's the limit.
And clearly, clearly Adam trusts you and trusts others to help him with the pad. He's a senior at Fort Zumwalt East High School, and I watched a great video that they put together there at the school, and I was very touched by that. Adam, is there more that you could add to the message of how people see you and how you think others see you? And how you see yourself, Adam?
I actually think he answered that question already. Hopefully you can put that one in there.
Well, I'm afraid we're just about out of time. And this has been so informative, but we've only just scratched the surface on the topic of autism and the resources available. We're unfortunately out of time on FYI, but you can learn more by visiting the Adam Morgan Foundation website at the address on your screen. Adam, Dr. Morgan, thank you for joining us and for the valuable insights you've provided today. I look forward to following Adam's progress in the future. For FYI, I'm Carla TenBroek. Thank you for watching.